Small, crafty, cowering little beast, oh what a panic is in your breast. You need not start away so hasty with your hurrying scamper. I would be loath to run and chase you with murdering plow staff. I'm truly sorry, man's dominion has broken nature's social union and justifies that ill opinion which makes you startle at me, your poor earthborn companion and fellow mortal. I doubt not sometimes that you may steal. What then? You poor little beast, you must live. An odd ear in 24 sheaves is a small request. I get a blessing with what is left, I never miss it. Your small house too, in ruin. Its feeble walls the winds are scattering, and nothing now to build a new one. Of course, grass green, and bleak winds coming, both bitter and piercing. You saw the fields, laid bare and wasted, and weary winter coming fast, and cozy here beneath the blast. You thought to dwell, to crash. The cruel plow passed out through your cell. That small bit of heap of leaves has cost you many a weary nibble. Now you are turned out for all your trouble, without house or holding, to endure the winter's sleety dribble, and hoarse frost cold. But little mouse, you are not alone. Improving foresight may be vain. The best laid schemes of mice and men go often askew, and leave up nothing but grief and pain for promised joy. Still you are blessed, compared with me. The present only touches you, but oh, I backward must cast my eye on prospects dreary, and forward, though I cannot see, I guess and fear. In Xanadu de Kubla Khan, a stately pleasure dome decree, where Alf, the sacred river, ran through caverns measureless to man, down to a sunless sea. So twice 5 miles of fertile ground, with walls and towers were girdled round. There were gardens bright with sinus rills, where blossomed many an incense-bearing tree. And here were forests ancient as the hills, enfolding sunny spots of greenery. But oh, that deep romantic chasm which slanted down the green hill outwore a cedarn cover, a savage place, as holy and enchanted as e'er beneath a waning moon was haunted by wailing woman with her demon lover, and from this chasm with ceaseless turmoil seething, as if this earth in fast-paced pants were breathing, a mighty fountain momently was forced, amid whose swift, half-intermitted burst, huge fragments vaulted like rebounding hail, or chafy grain beneath the thresher's flail. And mid these dancing rocks at once and ever, it flung up momently the sacred river. 5 miles meandering with amazing motion, through wood and dale the sacred river ran, then reached the caverns measureless to man, and sank in tumult to a lifeless ocean. And mid this tumult, Kubla heard from far ancestral voices prophesizing war. The shadow of the dome of pleasure floated midway on the waves, where was heard the mingled measure from the fountain and the caves. It was a miracle, a rare device, a sunny pleasure dome with caves and ice, a dam with a dulcimer. In a vision once I saw, it was an Abyssinian maid, and on her dulcimer she played, singing of Mount Tabora. Could I revive within me her symphony and song? To such a deep delight 'twould win me, not with music loud and long. I would build that dome in air, that sunny dome, those caves of ice, and all who heard should see them there, and all who should cry, beware, beware! His flashing eyes, his floating hair, weave a circle round him thrice, and close your eyes with holy dread, for he on honey dew hath fed, and drunk the milk of paradise. 5 years have passed, 5 summers, with the length of 5 long winters, and again I hear these waters rolling from their mountain springs with a soft inland murmur. Once again do I behold these steep and lofty cliffs, that on a wild secluded scene impress thoughts of more deep seclusion, and connect the landscape with the quiet of the sky. The days come when I again repose here, under the stark sycamore, and view these plots of cottage ground, these orange tufts, which at the season, with their unripe fruits, are clad in one green hue, and lose themselves mid gropes and copses. Once again I see these hedgerows, hardly hedgerows, little lines of supportive wood run wild, these pastoral farms, green to the very door, and wreaths of smoke sent up in silence from among the trees, with some uncertain notice, as might seem, of vagrant dwellers in the houseless woods, or of some hermit's cave, where by his fire the hermit sits alone. Hey guys, so I'm gonna explain my video that I just did right now, that you guys saw before this. Anyway, so throughout Romanticism, we have seen the different components that these poets bring to the world,
And keep in mind, this is a time during industrialization and urbanization. So where people were once secluded, they're now just kind of bundled together. And they're sort of going onto this like track of starting a routine, you know, like going to work, coming home, going to work, coming home, going to work, coming home, because all these industries and factories have opened up. So of course, you know, people were given more opportunities to have jobs, but really their lives just became revolved around the jobs because that's all they would do. And during this time, it was pretty difficult for people because they weren't having fun or anything. So these poems, written by these poets, bring components of nature and things that truly matter in life. So this was kind of like the rainbow after the storm. That's not how the saying goes, but we're just gonna go with it. So yeah, so Into a Mouse, you see the speaker talking about just walking around, and then he sees a mouse and he stops. He talks to the mouse. By the way, I didn't have a mouse, so I had to use my stuffed dog. Not like a real stuffed dog, but like stuffed dog. I'm probably gonna edit out this part later. Anyway, so you see the speaker, and he's speaking to this mouse, and he's saying, "Poor thing, your home is destroyed, and you have nowhere to go, nothing to rebuild it." But he stops and he realizes it. Of course, he can use grass, but at the same time, December is approaching, which comes with winter, and the winters are harsh and they're windy. So does this mouse really stand a chance in the world? He doesn't. But at the same time, that's a good thing, because the mouse isn't really relying on his past experiences to get him through life. He's just focused on in present in that moment. And the speaker compares that to himself, because he has to dwell on the past, his past mistakes. And this is kind of a beautification of nature, because nature just goes on and looks into the future rather than being held back by the past. So Tintern Abbey. Tintern Abbey. Oh girl, Tintern Abbey. So in Tintern Abbey, you have the author who's going back to this place where he grew up in. This place has influenced him and turned him into the person he is today. And yeah, that's a picture of me in the back. Anyway. So he's going back and he's kind of dwelling on the past in a way. He's thinking about the person he once was and the person he is now. And he's really starting to compare how he has changed. And in Tintern Abbey, he has his friend, sister, lady, friend person with him. Wasn't really clear on that. Anyway, and he's thinking about how he doesn't want this person to be like him, to have such this great connection with nature, and then to just suddenly lose it. And he's really just reflecting on life and the impact. I like these weird lights outside, like the aliens come and get me. I know. Can you guys look here? I'm gonna go to chismosa. Okay. There seems to be no chisme outside, so I just wasted my time with this. Anyway, where was I? Tintern Abbey. Oh yeah, so he's been reflecting on his life, and he's really just dwelling on the past, and he, like Into a Mouse, the speaker was dwelling on the past, and he was saying, you know, mice don't do this, nature doesn't do this, nature does not look into the past, it looks into the future. So when the speaker goes back to Tintern Abbey, and he's walking by the river, he's thinking about how much that place has changed as well, but it's changed for the better, and it's more beautiful this way. And not that it wasn't beautiful before, but it started bringing the fact that change is good and change happens, and there's really nothing to prevent it. But we as humans, we have people problems, and we got issues, and we don't want change because we're scared. But we need change. Change in the world. Ugh, I suck at life. Anyway, so that was Tintern Abbey.